The biggest news was clearly Reuters reporting the U.S. judge issued a sealed decision on Google online search monopoly case. Now, it comes out sealed, and what's so interesting is that they obviously already had this because you could see from the call ratio today. But what's fascinating to me is if it's sealed, why do we all know about it? Alphabet shares are trading higher after Reuters reported U.S. judge sealed decision online search monopoly case. And I'm getting this out to you as fast as I possibly can, so bear with me. Reuters reports U.S. judge rules Google must share information with competitors. Okay, this is absolutely nothing. This is a nothing burger for Google. They were trying to break Google up. Google will not have to sell off Chrome. Judge online search monopoly case rules. So they get to keep Chrome. There's also some other things in here. U.S. judge rules Google will not be required to get rid of Android. Don't get rid of Chrome. Don't get rid of Android. Final judgment. Google will not have to sell Android operating system, not required to cease payments to Apple. So that is interesting language, not required to cease payments. So doesn't mean that they're forced to continue payments. Now, Apple's up after hours as well. Others for preloading Google's products. And what we have here is U.S. judge orders Google to share search data with competitors. September 2nd. See, this came right out about a couple minutes ago. And what's so fascinating, again, just a couple key lines in here. Rejecting prosecutors' bid to make the internet giant sell off its popular Chrome browser. CEO expressed concerns at the trial in April, saying that data sharing measures sought U.S. Department of Justice could enable Google's rivals to reverse engineer its technology. I mean, that's a convenient thing to say, but it's also probably pretty accurate. I'm not an expert on it, but it certainly seems like it. Google has said it plans to file an appeal, which means it could take years before the company's required to act on this decision. On this decision, you're probably still going to file an appeal just because they can. But overall, they could not have asked for a better outcome. Ruling results in a 5-year legal battle, one of the world's most profitable countries in the U.S. Ruled last year the company holds a legal monopoly on online search-related advertising. I mean, I actually thought they'd break the company up just to get it out there. I thought, okay, and I thought if you go back to when they broke up Standard Oil, it was the greatest thing that ever happened to investors. Short term, the stock gets killed. Long term, but now they have this and it's completely behind them and the stock's acting great after hours. We'll get to that in a second. So the proposals go far beyond what is legally justified to give away its technology to competitors. In addition, Google's embroiled in litigation in other markets. Companies said will continue fighting a ruling required its App Store in a lawsuit won by Fortnite. Google's is scheduled to go to trial in September. Remedies in a separate case brought by the Justice Department. Judge found the company illegal monopolies on online advertising technology. So they're not out of the woods, but this is very clear that, hey, you do not have to break up on this main case. And that's a really big deal for these guys. Now, I'll give you a couple key levels to watch. At the time recording, this is still unpacking. From an Apple perspective, what you'd want to do is just watch the high of that bar and then just see how that acts. That 230.72 is really where you're hanging out at since you broke out on the news, and the payments are going to continue and they're going to have to be paid. And then you would just mark the high, which would be that 240 level. But this does a couple things for Apple. Number one, it allows Apple to know that, hey, if you have a monopoly, this is kind of the remedies they're going through. Number two, it offers a new revenue source and allows them to continue to operate with Google. Now, in regards to Google itself, this is how Google is acting. At the time of recording this, I am flat on the position, but I had a nice buy on this as soon as the news hit. I was surprised by the movement when they said the order's out and it's a sealed judgment. But like everything else, nothing is really sealed, is it? And now we all know what it is, and Reuters had it out there, which means somebody had it before them. It's a big club, and we are not invited to it. But these are the key levels that I would watch. You can already see the flag forming. And this is really big news because this was an overhang why institutions would not go near it, why it was at a significant discount to all the other Mag 7 names. Remember, this one was trading at the cheapest level. And now you have your key levels right here. The only thing I would watch, if you're going to see this later, after hours or even tomorrow, just watch the top of that flag and that doji. Make sure you get out. The volume's starting to stall a little bit here, but I mean, it's really hard to not want to look at Google trading at one of the cheapest Mag 7 names out there. And you are in a situation here where now you just have blue skies above you and you're at a discount to the group. To watch the full video, click right here.